Hello, everyone. How are you? I don't know if I should laugh or cry because it's our last day together. Wow. I mean, it seems like yesterday. At the same time, we've been together quite a bit over these last 9 days. The 5-day Goals to Riches Challenge, and then a lot of bonus sessions. So I hope you have had an opportunity to take advantage of going back, catching up, picking a favorite subject, and checking them out, and really kind of just seeing what you can do to start creating riches in your life. And we've been kind of, we've come a long way since we started talking. We started off with 12 traits of highly successful people. Then we got into turning your vision into victory with a victory plan. And then we took that vision and all those components of victory into your SMART goals and helped you really understand how to craft a very actionable, very time-bound, very clear, focused type of goal with an action plan to go along with it. And then we moved into ensuring that when you have those plans or any plans, that you are at least focused, not distracted, not finding, ways of making excuses. So we gave you 9 productivity hacks on our Thursday session to where you could really get rid of the squirrel syndrome, or you can find ways to time block or to really manage what we call revenue management, which is putting a value on your hour. So then you can make decisions as to whether or not to delegate, delete, or delay. And then we also gave you tips for tracking your time so you really have a good understanding where your day goes. Because so many people, especially when it comes to social media or just pushing papers, all of a sudden they just don't realize how much of a time suck some of those things are. So really getting a handle on that and a number of other productivity hacks. And then we moved into Friday. Although we were talking about mindset all week, Friday was really devoted on giving you a 5-step formula called our Shift to Riches formula that really helps you dig deep, excavate your soul, as I call it, and really uncover or discover exactly who you are, who you want to be, what you want, what you don't want, so you can confront all those things that are holding you back while you can accelerate the things that you want to honor and keep. And then that way you're going to be able to make decisions on what you want to shed from your life. And so you can create space mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So you can create space within in order to create and accelerate all the dreams that you have for yourself. And then that led into a Q&A, and I took questions from you in regards to what you are, or what you were dealing with throughout regarding the Goals to Riches Challenge, as well as any other questions beyond that you wanted to ask about. And we had a number of questions that covered the gamut. So take a look for that. All of this was really centered around giving you a challenge, giving you a small but yet powerful tool in order for you to create a discipline, create a habit, instill it, live it, breathe it, to where every day you're very aware, putting a lot of attention and priority on what goals you have, what actions you need to take, what priority they are, what timetable you want to accomplish them in order for you to be able to achieve your ultimate goal. So that 5-day challenge with your goal achievement progress tracker was all centered around you having a tool that you could keep with you every day. And you could be using it to ensure that you're doing what you need to be doing. And it's one trait, or actually it's several traits of highly successful people when it comes to goals, in order for you to be able to define your goals, define your action plans, act on them, track them, assess them, adjust them, make note. I'm sorry, I have something crawling around my face. Make note of your mood, your attitude, your state of being during the day. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people just fall on their couch. or they fall at the dinner table, or they grab a drink and kind of, just need to, but they really don't focus on what was it about the day, what was it about the way they showed up that really caused them either to have a very productive day or have a day that was filled with hurdles and stress and distractions and overwhelm and being in your head, so forth and so on. So awareness, self-awareness is a key element to you not only mastering your mindset and or mastering goal setting and tracking and achievement, but really just mastering who you are and what it is that you're working so hard to create in this one lifetime that you have. So that was kind of the crux of this 5-day challenge, of which we ended it on Saturday as we went into the Q&A, but I incented you to even, follow through, and I gave you a template within your workbook, and then we also posted it, of which then you could also continue using it through today, but also take that template and make adjustments so you could track kind of your Sunday through, Saturday. But at the same time, it's something that you could make a copy of and just start using it each and every day as you move forward. All right. So let's see what else. Oh, and then we went into Sunday, and it just so happened to be very timely with the situation that I've been going through, and I continue. So, I had told you in the last couple of episodes or sessions that I've been dealing with no electricity and no AC. So you might hear a slight buzzing behind me, or behind you maybe, of a fan, because I'm actually shut up in this in my space and with no air conditioning and no electricity. So that kind of really tested every ounce of my words. So we talked about words matter on Sunday. We had it already planned. It just so happened, the situations going on in my world at the moment were totally applicable and great examples of just how your words, how your thoughts, and how that's projected out, because it could have created great achievement, which it did, because I stayed calm, cool, and collected. I stayed positive. I stayed pretty sane because I released what I couldn't control and at least did what I knew I could control. And that really kept me, even, 2.5 days later, while I still don't have electricity and more AC. That's all I care about right now. I can live in the dark. I just need some coolness. But it really tests your ability to manage how you're responding and reacting to difficult situations, obstacles, challenges. And yet I know for a fact, because I lived in a space of angst for many, many years. And I know for a fact that I was able to line up and get everybody, kind of paying attention and putting the priority on this and really supporting me. And neighbors showed up to provide, that fan hooked up to a 100-foot cord. So because I was putting those things out in a very positive, constructive way, it was amazing. It's been amazing how the universe opened its arms. So how you also deal with things is exactly, what you're putting out is what you're going to get back. The three main concepts that we use as a foundation to everything is what you focus on expands. So those are your goals and action plans and mindset. What you focus on expands. Your dominant thoughts and words rule your actions. So of course, I could certainly, in that example, I could have certainly gotten really frustrated, really angst, really exhausted, really overheated, really just totally wigged out about the whole thing, of which then I say, you know what? I don't need to work. I don't need to show up for my sessions. I don't need to serve my clients. I don't need to, engage with my friends online or in person. I could have just kind of thrown up my hands, laid back. And you know what? A lot of people would have been like, you go, girl. You deserve that. But that wasn't what I knew was going to be the way I wanted to be showing up. So, the show must still go on, and the show being life. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't just throw away 2.5, 3 days to just, being, a victim. And so that's exactly why dominant thoughts rule your actions is so critical. And then the last one would be what you put out in the universe comes back. So like I said, I put out this productivity, I put out this, staying positive and being optimistic, and the universe responded in such a way. And that's what I'm hoping that you take away from this time together, in regards to all of that. All right. And then, okay, so that was Sunday. Now, Monday, yesterday, I walked through, and it was a new topic added to our Goals to Riches Challenge, which we've been doing since about February. And it was all around career mapping and business mapping. And not the kind of mapping you're probably thinking of. This is all around building a circle of influence, building your posse, your tribe, your network, your support system, whatever you might want to call it. But circle of influence, asking yourself all different types of questions to create that map. Who do I want to learn from? Who do I want to aspire to be like? Who can I get to mentor me? Who can I get to coach me, to mastermind with, so forth and so on. We did that for both career professionals to create a career map, and then we did it also for business owners / entrepreneurs from a business perspective. Similar but different between those two. Okay. Now, yesterday especially, Deborah and Carissa were telling me that it was very spotty and it was coming in and out. Now, I wasn't seeing that like I would typically do through a number of other applications that stream live on Facebook. I wasn't seeing that on my end. However, and there wasn't any actually in the video, the live video that got posted. Yet I did notice that it cut out like the last 10 or 12 minutes of the session as we were wrapping up the business mapping. So I went ahead and, as I expected, this platform I'm using, they did, record it and save a copy, a full completed copy out onto my computer. So I went ahead and posted that onto our Shift to Riches group page. So you have access to the full session. All right. So take a look at that one versus the one that we had either for the watch party or for the noon session yesterday. Now, I will also say I am currently, the show must go on. I am currently working off of a hotspot, meaning, just something, simple on my phone in order to pick up Wi-Fi and have our session still. And so that is also causing, well, now I can see Deborah's lovely face. Hello, Deborah. So it was causing for the last couple of days where I couldn't see your names and your faces. So when I got off and I went back to the stream, into the live session stream, I did see that a number of you reached out and made comments and said hello and so forth and so on beyond Deborah and Carissa. And so I just wanted to say that I saw you and I heard you and I appreciate the comments, and just bear through my getting electricity back and getting back to normal. And like I said, I have a whole team of people here today. And I'm hoping they don't knock on my door, but I have a whole team of people today ripping out my entire electrical system and putting it back together. So anyway, we'll get through. We'll get through. So check out that career mapping and business mapping. It's really it's a powerful tool. Now, if you noticed through everything that we've discussed this entire week, if you've noticed that I am constantly giving you questions to consider. I'm constantly providing you, I'm providing you tips. I'm providing you advice and strategies and tools. At the same time, within a lot of that, just like the career mapping and the business mapping, the 5 shifts to riches formula, within that are hundreds of questions that you can answer for yourself to guide you where you want to go. To where you want to go. And that's what coaching and what a coach is meant to do, is to be there to provide you and ask you and challenge you, but give you a lot of questions to consider so you come up with your own answer. You come up with your own plan. You come up with your own solution. though I would be there in case, you need a little bit of a course correction, or if you do need to, if you're really stuck and I say, all right, then, are you good with me giving you some specific tips and advice? And you would, say yay or nay. Because I've gotten someone to say, you know what? No, I want to figure this out. Or I've even left them with, you know what? Why don't you just take, 2 or 3 of these questions I'm throwing at you and the situation you're dealing with and go and just think it through. Think it through and then, come back and let me know one way or the other if you're still needing any additional guidance. And it's wonderful. It's fabulous to see when someone comes back and says, you know what? And they'll go over it with me. They typically do. But you know what? I figured it out myself. I figured out this very difficult situation, this very difficult conversation, this very challenging but exciting, decision, so forth and so on. It's just always so exciting to kind of see those aha moments. And I will say too that even one of our members of our community, and I'll keep it quiet for now until I'll be asking her if I can share it as a very sweet testimonial. But she even came online on Facebook yesterday, and it might have been today. Everything's running into each other right now. And she actually attributed a breakthrough. Remember, we had those breakthrough sessions I offered you. Breakthrough on getting an answer, like getting back to her why of what it is that she's been trying to do and wanting to do, and it has to do with books. So, she happened to make this announcement, and within that announcement, she happened to thank me. She was like, thank you, Bernadette, for, really inspiring me and getting me, back to focus on my why. I was like, yay, I love that. And that's exactly why I provide you this Goals to Riches challenge opportunity, so you can find those aha moments and those breakthroughs. I'm always, hoping that every session, every conversation, every training that I do with you, I want there to be a breakthrough. And it might be small, like, oh, I've never really considered that, or, oh my God, what a great new idea or strategy or tip. And that's what, that's the whole, my why as to why I do these type of programs. So if you have any, and whether or not you've been here live, engaging with us and commenting with us, or you have, because I see a lot of views on these videos, and yet you're not necessarily, in our chat room and in our comments and so forth and so on. I would love for you to be here and building a community together and commenting and supporting each other and giving us your hell yeahs and your ahas. But you know what? All I care about is that you're taking advantage of the content being provided, so you can then just learn from it, instill it, test it, see if it fits for you, and find those aha moments, those breakthroughs. That's that is my number one objective. However you go about doing that, you need to do it. All right. Now, one little additional technical, and I hate to bring these up, but I'm full disclosure. It is what it is. So another little technical glitch that is going to affect how you can access all of this content is when I'm on through this hotspot, when I am on my Shift to Riches group page, and I'm going to scroll down to find the session we just had, so I could put it in the unit section on the left-hand side, I can't get access to it. It's not, whatever my stability of my Wi-Fi is, I cannot be, pulling down. So there are some of the sessions that are not linked into the unit section. Now, I'm going to get that taken care of, and we'll make sure all of them are inserted. I didn't realize, quite honestly, I didn't realize this until yesterday morning. So as opposed to the content coming down tonight at midnight, I'm going to leave it up until Friday at midnight. simply because you may not have had the opportunity to go easily to the unit section and find the content, thinking that there is no content, I didn't show up, and so forth and so on. And that's just not fair, and that's just not right. So I'm going to actually ensure, especially if I do get my electricity back today, I think it's going to be tomorrow morning, but I will ensure that we get all the content in the appropriate unit, and then we'll make a post saying that you have a couple of extra days to kind of get the content, viewed and so forth and so on. And should you choose to want to then be like, okay, well, I really would love to post my ahas and my action items and the work that I've done, then go ahead and do so. And then I'm gonna look back. I'm gonna look back, and I still have some things I could give away. All right, I still have things I could give away. So I just want to make sure this is a robust challenge and program for you, and we'll work through all these technical glitches and these beads of sweat coming down my face. But okay, so what I wanted to discuss with you today and get you kind of the inside scoop on is our 12-month 12-month Shift to Riches Accelerator. All right, let me get something to drink for just a second. Now, oh my Lord, excuse me. Now, what this is it's kind of my core of what I coach on, and the approach I coach on, and the length of time and duration I coach on, and all the resources that I provide my clients. And I package them up into this very kind of phased oriented accelerator, to where if you've ever said to yourself, gosh, I really want to kind of buckle down and really focus on myself, and focus on what it is that I want, and focus on my goals, and focus on what's holding me back, and focus on what opportunities, but also what challenges that I've had in the past that are causing wherever I am right now. And I would love to not only have a coach like Bernadette, but I would love to have a community of like-minded individuals that I can brainstorm with and mastermind with and bounce ideas off of, and ask for some recommendations to resources I need, or to whomever. And I, would love an opportunity to throw out to a group of people what it is that I'm working on, and let them kind of give me some feedback on it, whatever the case might be. Then this accelerator program is exactly that. All right. It is, meant to be a community building opportunity for, anyone that's within the accelerator. Now, this is kind of a step above. It's a step above, if not a couple steps above, what we do here in the Shift to Riches private group, which is a private community that all of you can be building a relationship with each other, sharing in what it is that you're doing. We do that with our Wednesday snaps. So you'll see that tomorrow morning. And then you have an opportunity to collaborate with each other and to share what it is you're working on. And then just get a lot of the value and the content and the resources and the templates and the inspiration that I'm providing out into that community. Shift to Riches Accelerator just puts the foot to the metal and accelerates that to giving you both an one-on-one coaching opportunity and also a group masterminding, relationship building, networking, referral sourcing type of opportunity as well. And it's all geared around you kind of bringing what it is that you want to work on. And then, we're going to, like we did in the Goals to Riches, we're going to ensure that, we have the foundation of your victory plan, your goal plan that rolls up into what I call a rich plan. And then the focus of the 12 months is also on the Shift to Riches formula, for you to be able to discover, confront, and shed what is going on, what's working, what's not working, all those things that we've been talking about all week, and then focus on really kind of, putting that firecracker in you to start creating the new, the different, the bigger, the better, and even accelerating it. And so, they all layer on top of each other as we progress in this 12-month approach. Now, I'm often asked, and I'm going to show you some things as we go through this, but I'm also asked, okay, so why 12 months? Can I do this for 3 months? Can I do this for 6 months? And, I certainly have different approaches and different asks from my client base. Yet what I'll tell them initially for anything is if you're looking to solidify your goal plan, for instance, and your victory plan, and get an action plan that you can start operationalizing and executing on a daily basis, and yet at the same time you recognize there's a lot of mind games that you deal with each and every day, and you want to really work on kind of, I'm always brought, okay, Bernadette, I want to work on my confidence, I want to work on my presence, I want to work on my communication, how I delegate, how I'm leading, whether it's at work or at home. Those things, as we've talked about over the last number of days, those things don't change overnight. Consider it the fact that, whatever age you might be, and I'm guessing it's going to be, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, you've had a lot of years to establish the being that you are today. So you need to give yourself kind of some time and self-care and self-love to recognize that it would take time for you to get where you really want to go and be. So be easy on yourself, be gentle with yourself, and recognize that it doesn't happen like that. Now, I've had 3-month coaching engagements where someone has said, well, I really, would like to try it out and see if it's a good fit for me. Nowadays, I'm to the point, and my schedule and my roster of clients is to the point where, that's not necessarily where I want to be for my clients, because I know that it takes, 6 months, actually minimum of a year, to really have not just the aha moments, because you'll get those from day one. I promise you. My goal is always in every interaction is to give you an aha moment. Yet at the same time, to really get you to go, oh my gosh, I never even realized I could be doing this or accomplishing this. That's going to take time. So our 12-month Accelerator program is all focused around that. Okay? So let me kind of walk you through. We'll start here. I have a number of things here that I can show you. So let me walk you through just everything that's included in this 12-month. Now, I will right up front and say that this is a living, breathing, growing thing. And you're actually going to be a small number of people. That's my intention, is just a small number of people. I'm not looking for a big number of people. I'm looking for a small number of people that would want to be part of this. And I'm very picky about who I want to work with, because I want to work with people that are very committed. They're very driven, not driven to where, I want to be, the queen of the world. But at the same time, they're driven to want change, to want something new, something different, something bigger, something better. They want to transform themselves. So I'm very particular. So we will, qualify each other. And you should be picky too. You should be picky about who it is that you work with. So we talked about this the other day. I expect that you would interview and qualify me as much as I'm going to interview and qualify you. That's also why I'll mention, because you probably see it there, it's also why I say, okay, then set up a brief call with me, 30 minutes, get any type of information that you need, get any type of questions answered, bring a problem, bring a situation, bring a goal that you have that I can strategize with you even on this initial call and see if it's a fit. and make sure it's a fit. And again, it's going to ensure that it's a fit for both of us, not just for one of us. All right. So I'm looking, so this is going to be a very limited group of people between now and like the middle of next year. So I don't want to say seats are limited, but at the same time, I am only looking to bring on a small number of people. And as a result of that, I know many people are always coming to me because they want individual, but at the same time, they want that masterminding with a group. They want like the combination of the two. So this initial group of people are going to have that opportunity. They're going to have that opportunity to have one-on-one with me on a monthly basis. It's not like once a quarter. It's not even once a month, unless that's how you choose to use your time. But it's going to be where you could be leveraging me for 30 minutes every week or an hour every 2 weeks. So it's going to be one-on-one, but it's also going to be where we bring you all together as a group. And there we have not only masterminding and brainstorming and what I call popcorn coaching, but we also have training, and I'll get to that in a minute. So you'll have this private one-on-one deep dive initially with me, and that's almost 90 minutes, if not a little bit longer, because we're going to establish that rich plan, the victory plan plus the goal plan. We're going to work to establish it initially. Of course, you're going to have to come back, and you might come back with changes and whatnot. But then you're going to start working immediately. I mean, there's going to be things you're going to be so excited about. You're going to want to start working immediately. So I'm going to be checking in with you on a weekly basis. And these will be just emails that will just be like, okay, so how you doing, Joanne? And how's the progress? What issues are you having? Do you need a 911 call? And I should have that listed here. And 911s are where all of a sudden you do have an immediate situation that you need something taken care of in 10 or 15 minutes. And so you text me 911 and I know that I need to get back to you with time availability for you to talk. So that's also part of all this. And the weekly checkpoints, though, are just simply, okay, so is everything good? Is everything okay? How are you making out on your action plan and the goals you've laid out, so forth and so on. Brief and short, just to ensure that I'm there for you, and at the same time the community is there for you. Then, like I mentioned, we'll have weekly group calls where we'll get you together, and initially we'll kind of say, okay, so what are big accomplishments people have had this week, and that will move into kind of a section of coaching training, where there'll be a topic that I know that I've been asked about or you've brought to me, and we'll make sure that we have some training / coaching. We'll open up some of that time as well for some of you to actually kind of open up, because these are all on Zoom and where we can see each other, and you may have a coaching question, something that you need guidance on. So we'll give you that opportunity there as well. Plus, we'll have breakout rooms where you'll be able to go out and work together in smaller teams to really kind of get new ideas, test out new theories, new ideas with everybody, so forth and so on. Very powerful stuff. We will have accountability sessions each month. And what those will be are, okay, let's specifically focus on what did you set out to do from a goal perspective for the month based on your big goal that you have? What was the actions and priorities that you put on them? And where are you? Where are you? How are you doing? What progress or what issues have you had, and why? And the why is really where the accountability is going to show up, because the why is going to be, yay, I did it. And, I did it, and I did it because of these reasons, but it also could show up because, I didn't do it. And, why, what caused it, and a number of other questions. So you can really be considerate and intentional about what got in your way. What were the challenges? And they're going to be things that, I didn't realize it was going to, cost this much money, or I didn't realize that I needed to do that first before I did this, or I didn't realize that, I was going to have, this interruption from my family that was going to totally take me off course for a day or two. Or, for instance, me, I had no idea on Sunday morning when I woke up to nice cool air that I'd spend 2.5, 3 days, maybe 4 tomorrow without it. Okay. I'm getting a reminder just for anybody that might be out watching. I'm getting a reminder that if you want me to see your name and your face, you'll have to give eCam permission to do so. All right. That's actually a benefit. At first I was like, but that's actually a benefit because they want to, and I want to respect your privacy. If for whatever reason there's an issue there, then you can always just put your name into the comment section, so at least I know you're out there, because I still have Amazon gift cards, and I wouldn't mind giving one away. All right, so we'll keep going. So then I mentioned training sessions. So you're actually going to have an opportunity to have specific training sessions for just those people in the Accelerator. At least initially, the primary will be for the people in the Accelerator, but at the same time, there's going to be training that you're going to bring me a question or a challenge or, just an idea for a topic. And it's just going to be in one of our focused, dedicated training sessions. And those aren't shared because nothing in our Accelerator is shared publicly with anyone, meaning that if we do a Zoom group coaching with all your faces and your voices and your names and all that kind of good stuff and the topics you bring up, we don't share those. Now, what I will do when it comes to this training session, if you have taken advantage of our Shift to Riches our Shift to Riches Masterclass that I did, I want to say middle of last year, as a webinar. If you've taken advantage of our Chaos to Clarity Masterclass or our How to Write a Book Masterclass, those were things that came from you. Those were things that came from either here in the community or online community or my clients that it said, I'd like to learn more about this. And can you, put something together? And so this Accelerator community is going to have that opportunity to get custom tailored training based on what it is that they need. So for instance, the other day on our session yesterday with career mapping, we talked about that there is a difference. We only talked about it very briefly. There's a difference between mentors, coaches, sponsors, and advocates. And it's very important for you to understand that so you know how and when and where and who you should be approaching around that. Well, we weren't going to get into it yesterday. We didn't have time. So I said I'll put together a training session. Now that will be for the Shift to Riches community here. But the Accelerator group gets an opportunity to do the same for just them. Now, I might say to them, well, you know what? I'm going to take this content, redo it in a situation like this, not in our group Zoom session. And I'm going to create a training that I then will make available to everyone else. All right. So you get training sessions. You get hot seat sessions. Hot seat sessions are where you can consider them breakthrough sessions. They're 10, 15 minutes. You raise your hand in the community, in the Accelerator, and you say, Bernadette and group, I'd like to really kind of bring something to you so you can then give me ideas and strategies and tips. And maybe you challenge me. And we spend 10, 15 minutes just rattling off suggestions and ideas for you to be able to get beyond where you might be. And you might be stuck, or you might just want to validate some things. But you need to get beyond it and continue moving forward. So those hot seat sessions are a great place to do that. We're going to have group Rich Plan Mastermind sessions. Now, what that is it's where we fully dedicate. You bring, and again, that's why this small group that I want to establish. You bring your complete Rich Plan, your victory plan, your goal plan, which also includes your action plan. And we really look over everything together as a group in a masterminding, brainstorming type of a setup. So you can ensure that your rich plan is as rich in ideas, in actions, in strategies, in techniques, in resources, in recommendations that you need in order to really ensure that you're not only going to create, but we want you accelerating, even that much bigger, better, faster, newer. All right. So those Rich Plan Master Sessions are a great opportunity to do that. Now, I also offer, and we do this in the Shift to Riches community, we also offer a member exchange snap. Now, what that is you'll notice in the Shift to Riches group page on Wednesday mornings, I put a post out there. It's called Wednesday Snaps. Snap means snappy accelerator networking pitch. Your 30-second, 60-second pitch that you would put out there. Typically speaking about not even who you are, but more so, who you are, what you do, who you serve, what impact you bring them. And so our snaps, though, on Wednesday mornings are now like one question that you can focus on. I believe even tomorrow morning I said, okay, post your website. Let everybody get to know you and let everybody understand what it is that you do. And all you need is the website. No other detail, just the website URL. And let people get to know who you are and what you do and all that kind of good stuff. So these in the Accelerator are really more dedicated Zoom, face type of sessions where you get dedicated time, not just 30 seconds or 60 seconds, but you get dedicated time to introduce yourself, tell people a little bit about yourself personally, get into the professional. It's almost like our Snap interviews that I do and post on Wednesdays as well, Wednesday afternoons. These are opportunities for this small community to get to know each other intimately. So then they not only help each other and support each other, but they also might refer each other. They almost might hire each other. They almost might partner together. They have an opportunity to create this network through this exchange of relationship building is really what it is. And along with that, they get their member directory. They specifically get the names, email addresses, and phone numbers of everybody because they can collaborate outside the Accelerator. We don't want a lot of selling and pitching, within the Accelerator. It's more, you bring it up because you have a business idea or opportunity or a question or a challenge. But at the same time, I'm okay with giving, sharing that information so the community can form a network, a circle of influence. Remember what we talked about yesterday. So a member directory is also provided. There'll be a private Facebook forum. So very similar to the Shift to Riches private group. There's one already established and set up and being used for the Shift to Riches Accelerator community. And again, there's a place for you to, talk with each other and share where you're at and ask questions in your dedicated Shift to Riches Accelerator private page on Facebook. And then, of course, and I'll show it to you in a second, then, of course, there's all kinds of videos and audios and templates and resource listings, directories almost, that not only are there currently, but are being added on a regular basis. So again, this small group, this small accelerator community is going to have an opportunity to be able to leverage, all of that as we provide it out. And then there is a portal dedicated just to the Accelerator community. They have a private portal where all of this is taking place. So let me move over to, let me see what else is. This is just another, and if you go to balloffirecoaching.com/Rich Accelerator, you'll see all this detail about the Shift to Riches Accelerator, the 12-month individual and group mastermind / coaching / training / community building type of community and program. Okay, so this is just another view on everything that's included, and I think we've covered all of it. So let's move. So then this is the portal, and every one of these is hyperlinked, not here on this particular platform. But every one of these, and I'm going to show you the calendar and show you the programs, but every one of these is hyperlinked and has content behind it for your access anytime that you might need it. So that's the member portal. This is just the bottom part of it. So immediately upon becoming a member of the Accelerator, you would get credentials for you to be able to log in here. And then at the same time, you're going to schedule your deep dive discovery call, that initial one that we talked about, 90 minutes. It could go longer, it could be shorter, to where we just I provide you documentation to prep for this. So you don't have to go, oh my God, I have to show up to a call and have all the answers. No, 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 no. You'll have plenty of time and plenty of content for you to be able to, kind of discover what it is that this initial call will address to get us started in, moving you forward. And you've seen a lot of them. If you've been part of the challenge these last 8 days, and now today's 9, I've given you a lot of templates, not all of them, nowhere near, but I've given you an idea of just the prep work that you would do. So I send out a member profile document that will, ask you a lot of questions about you and, yourself, your being. It then gets into, some specifics like your, business, your website, your client, your target client, your goals and objectives. And then I also throw in the productivity profiles in here. There's a leadership assessment, a self-assessment, multiple self-assessments. So they get, trickled to you as you, kind of ramp up and get on board within the community and within the Accelerator. So again, don't get overwhelmed. It is a lot when you think, oh gosh, I'm going to sit down and start really kind of excavating my soul, but yet gently. So you don't need to worry about that. And then here's your Accelerator profile. You'd go right in, schedule a call, but then you'd be able to download that initial workbook that you're going to want to fill out and prepare for prior to coming onto that call, so we can make the most of that 90 minutes. Okay? In the portal as well is our calendar of, basically it's laid out because there's a standard, what happens every week, throughout the month. And they're not a copy from one week to the next. Very similar, but there are some differences as to what's held weekly and what's held bi-monthly, and then what's held on a monthly basis. So you get your calendar, and that sits right there in the portal for you to know exactly when and where and how you get engaged with myself, especially from the one-on-one perspective. But then I'm in all of this. There's times we're going to break you out into groups where I'm not there. But there's times, majority of this is I'm right there with you. All right. And let's see what this last one is. And then this is the kind of an example of the videos and audios of the programs that we've had. And this just so happens to be videos of everything. But these are all the different programs that I've put out there, training sessions, webinars, content for you to learn from. And again, like I mentioned, it's just continuing to grow as we move forward. And that's the other reason why I'm looking for that small group to be part of that. Okay. Let's see. And Deborah, just to make sure that we have the proper URL, balloffirecoaching.com/rich accelerator. Just put rich in the front of that, and we'll be good to go. So there you have a view of that. So should you go to balloffirecoaching.com/rich accelerator, you're going to land on this page. Excuse me. You're going to land on this page. There is a header. I'm not sure, it's not showing up, but you'll land on this page where it starts going into all the details. Now, you can join it directly, and that's what these Join the Shift to Rich's Accelerator buttons are. At the same time, though, they're going to be switched over to be where you can also, or more so, just reach out and schedule a 30-minute get to know each other type of call. And that's the tiny.cc/Excel call. get questions answered, get more information that you need to understand. I want to understand what exactly it is that you need in case this accelerator program is not a good fit for you. And we're going to be sending notices out to all of you for the rest of the week and early next week to kind of get those things scheduled, and let's have a conversation. Like I said, I'm not looking for, even a couple of handfuls. So, I have very few spots that I'm looking to fill. So there's few spots of these accelerator calls, but I want you to have them so you can get all your questions answered and any information that you need. And we'll also talk at that point, because basically, it's not here. Basically, we have a monthly investment that would be made over those 12 months, and we have a paid in full for a 10% discount that I've also had clients take advantage of. So the monthly would be a $500 investment on a monthly basis, and the with the 10% discount for 12 months of both individual and group coaching and masterminding and community, it is $5,400. So if you consider, or if you ask and talk to anyone out there, this is definitely pricing for that small community. It will change, it will go up, but for right now, I really want to find that small community of very dedicated, committed, goal-oriented, not meaning you have to have goals, but that you have a goal and you now want the support and the coaching to help you understand how to turn that dream into a goal and into reality. So you can take a look at all that information, and this pricing certainly will only be available till when, I think it's Monday. I have it set up for these calls to be scheduled till, because I then go into creating more content and doing other training sessions and other coaching programs. So this challenge gave you an opportunity to learn and see what coaching is about, what working on your mindset and your skill set and your goals and your victory plan is all about. So you can then make an easy decision that, yes, I'm ready for this type of self-care, self-love, self-investment. And more so than a quantitative financial number, the investment really needs to be, what are you worth? What are you willing and wanting to, achieve now, and carve out the time, carve out the attention, because I give you loads of attention and I give you loads of support and hold-handing and cheerleading and, motivation and all that kind of good stuff. And so if you're deciding that that's where you are right now and that's where you want to be, then definitely, take advantage of getting on a call, looking over the balloffirecoaching.com/Rich Accelerator content. So you have a good understanding there, and then bring all your questions to one of these accelerator calls. And I'd be very honored to determine if it's a fit, and if it's fit, we can get you signed up, and you could be on your way to downloading that accelerator workbook and scheduling your discovery call, your first deep dive discovery call. All right. Let's see. What else? I don't know. For me, this has just been a very rewarding week. And I'll tell you what, even that one aha, and I mentioned to you that there was another aha earlier in the week by one of my clients, Jay. And that when I went back to my desk, I got an email that wrote out, the aha moments, and, really considering, her goals, and then, having kind of a breakthrough around a personal, I don't want to call it a habit. It is a habit, but it's a bad habit. And she all of a sudden recognized the real why she needed to make some changes, and she was going to have to sacrifice and make compromises. Because the real why was very, personal and very close to her. So, I just love seeing those type of things. That's why I do what I do, even if I can affect one person. I'm not about the numbers. I'm about the quality, the ahas, the breakthroughs, the shifts. All right. So I'd be honored to have you come along on your journey, and just take a look at our balloffirecoaching.com/Rich Accelerator as well. Schedule a call, and I'll look forward to speaking with you. Okay. Oh, we're done. Our Goals to Riches Challenge comes to a close. High five for Deborah. High five for Carissa. High five for each and every one of you, whether you're watching it live now or you're watching it on a replay. Again, two things. Again, I will, because of the technical issues, and thank you for bearing with me in regards to that and my sweat and that all that kind of good stuff. But I will be leaving the content up, and we'll make sure it is appropriately assigned to the units. We'll leave it up until Friday evening, okay, to give you that opportunity to actually find all that content. And at the same time, we do not have a watch party scheduled for tonight. If I get, hands raised going, wait, I want you to be online, and, ask you questions this evening. Because tonight typically is, if any of you reached out and said, hey, I'm interested, then kind of we kick off with a coaching session tonight at 8 p.m. But if not, high five, yay, you too, Deborah. If not, just raise your hand if you wanted me to be there for a watch party. But right now, it comes to a close, and I just want to congratulate you and thank you, and pay attention for, kind of updates, and we'll make sure that these posts regarding how you can get on a call with me, how you can take advantage of the accelerator, and how you can leverage the replays over the next several days as another bonus. I mean, I'm giving it all. Then just let me know. All right. I'll see you out in the Shift to Riches community, and just look forward to all the riches you're going to create in your life. Talk to you soon. Bye.